and he's gone. Where'd Trent go?
Oh, man. Well, I can do this if you want.
Have
Do it
at
up,
it,
Joey.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to Pulse of the Heartland. You got a little more behind the scenes, as usual, technical difficulties. But tonight, at least, we're streaming live and getting going. So, first of all, thanks again, everyone listening to us. Welcome to a Monday. We have a full crew. Trent disappeared right as we joined on, and Bryant is running behind with a haircut. But hello, Ryan. Hello, Clark. How are you guys tonight?
I'm good, Joey.
Nice. Ryan?
I'm fantastic, but right now, I don't think you guys can hear it, but when I'm on my, not my laptop, but my Chromebook, all of my notifications come in at one time after like 5 minutes, and that's just nonstop ESPN notifications in my ear right now.
Oh, nice. Well, you get that joyous sound and then my joyous voice. So, awesome.
Also, I'm a little annoyed. I don't know who you guys think you are, but I have a manager for you guys to be texting instead of texting me personally. So, please,
Do you use the same guy Russell Wilson uses?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great service, really.
Oh.
I use other services on the road, but
I don't know if you know this, but if I can't talk to you, I ain't gonna talk.
Well, gotta talk to my manager, bro.
Me and Marshawn, we get along that way.
What type of stupid shit is that?
It's so dumb.
I am out on this joke. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
So there was an interview where it was Marshawn Lynch and Richard Sherman doing like a video podcast, and I think they were asked if they had reached out to Russell Wilson to see how things were going.
I think Marshawn said he wanted to talk to him, but
that if he can't talk to Russell directly, then he's not going to try to talk to him. Like, you have to go through Russell's manager to talk to Russell.
Man. Even Tom Brady lets Antonio Brown get a hold of him. Jesus.
Like, these are his teammates that he's been close with, locker room, that can't even get a hold of him.
Oh, well, that sucks and that's stupid. But I'm going right now as he's trying to throw a pass to Cortland Sutton for a touchdown. It didn't work. So
is there one guy that there's like he has had such a clean reputation, and now all of a sudden, all at once, everyone's just crapping on him. I don't know if
because we're finding out how crappy he is now.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, there's part of me that feels bad for him because I've always liked him, but on the second hand, it's like, well, if he's actually that kind of crappy, then that's his own deal.
You get your own Subway sandwich and it goes to your head.
Yeah, okay. Just a little spicy.
Yeah,
it could be worse. He could be, having a bunch of massages and stuff like that.
All right, Trent. Since you missed the first part of hosting and I had to take over your duties, hit us with the socials quick.
Oh, my turn, huh? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you can find us right here on YouTube at Pulse of the Heartland. We are Heartland Pulse on Instagram and Twitter. And you can also find us at Pulse of the Heartland on Facebook. So go there, like, subscribe, tell all your friends, share everything that we post. Make all the same bets as us. Get rich,
Butts. Make all the same butts.
That too.
Yep. We're asses sometimes.
Yeah.
What are you drinking, Trent?
So I'm drinking Surly Brewing Company out of Minneapolis. It's a craft lager. Ryan will enjoy this, but this is their Vikings beer. It's just called One Before I Die.
Yep.
Hell yes.
That's how we all feel. Oh, I'll be right back. And
it's really good. What did I have? I think I had a sour from Surly. It's been a few months. Probably season 1 on the pod, and I didn't like it because it was one of those like sherbet ones. It's kind of like almost creamy. I don't like it.
Yeah, I've had a couple of their beers. I enjoy their beers, but they are. I don't know if it's because they're from up north, but they are definitely winter. Like put some meat on your bones beers. So yeah I like Surly.
This lager's great. Didn't expect much because I didn't like their sour, but obviously a sour and a lager is a lot different. So no, this is really good.
All right. Well, since everyone, there's Clark. Since everyone else,
has everybody said what they're drinking yet, or no?
Nope. Just started with you, and then everyone
All right.
got up and left. They didn't care.
I've been, rushing to get this going here, and I was like, "Oh crap! I forgot to grab my drink, which was sitting over there." So had to go get my
What are you
ice.
sipping on?
Well, I was given this little sampler. I've never tried this, and I really wish Ryan was here to say what it was. There he is.
There he is.
Oh,
boy.
is that Captain Cole?
I didn't bring my chains today, guys. Sorry.
So I've got a little, just like a single serving of Glenfiddich single malt 18.
Oh.
Ryan, is it good?
I can't say I've ever had it.
All right. Well,
I know it's always top shelf at the liquor store.
I mean, I can only afford a bottle this big, so
That was probably like $20 in itself.
probably.
You could have bought
Isn't
two
that-
bottles of Templeton for that, Clark.
Isn't that the one that Ron Swanson drinks on Parks and Rec? Doesn't he
No,
drink that?
that's
Lagavulin.
Lagavulin. Which I've got some
there
of
it
that.
is.
I've got some of that in my liquor area. Not good. It's no.
What?
Wow.
Lagavulin?
I'll come out to the hills. I'll take it off your hands.
Please do. I need some. It's never gonna be drink.
I love like that Lagavulin I got for my birthday. Katrina got me a bottle for my 30th birthday. Like that was just a special occasion. Like just sipping it with friends. Like it was so good. Just on the rocks.
I
So
bought
good.
the Offerman version of it, the Offerman edition. It's just way too smoky for me. Way.
How
too
many
smoky.
years is it?
God damn it! I'm gonna have to go get it. I'll be back.
God, Clark, seeing you do that makes me want to vomit. I hate whiskey.
Oh, that was good. I had to try, just straight. I've got a little bit on the rocks here, so
Nice.
it's the old slanty ice glass.
It was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Ryan says he doesn't like it because it's too smoky, and that's what I liked about it. That, like I said, I've just smoked a bottle of bourbon and drank. It's just
It was either the
Jim Beam.
Glenfiddich or a little bit of Tennessee apple. So, I had to go with this.
You made the right choice. Was it what was it? What apple was it?
Hang on.
Oh, God.
I gotta quit asking questions.
This podcast has turned into, what whiskey do you have?
That's
11
a
year
lot
there,
of-
Trent.
11 year. All right.
Yep. It's you open
Jack.
it. And
Jack. Oh, that looks delicious, Ryan.
That's what I was saying when you were gone. It's like that's what I liked about it is the smokiness. That is my favorite.
I can drink almost any whiskey, but except not Jack Daniels. But yeah, the smokiness is just no.
Well, what are you sipping on, Ryan?
We got an Elijah Craig small batch today. I might have poured a little too much in my glass, but
It'll
better
disappear.
content, right?
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Mark, how was that Glenfiddich over there?
It's pretty good. Pretty freaking smooth for small batch reserve, single malt whiskey.
Yeah, Trent, it was your year last year to come out here. So no, it's this year. So
Yeah, 20.
You need
I come on even years.
yeah,
I still
you need
got
to-
a month and a half.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
or you can, or we can just do Red Dirt Fest in January. That'll count.
I'm down for that too. As
Oh
long as I
yeah.
get to see Casey Donahue.
Yep.
All right, Trent. Well, you can have your duties back, and you can host from now on.
Yeah, so my technical difficulties were 100% my fault. I apologize.
Assume
I had my
so.
computer upstairs from yesterday when I was looking at the spreadsheet during the NFL for our bets, and then I brought it downstairs. Didn't plug it back in, so my computer died.
Yeah, Trent is our resident boomer because he's the oldest one on the podcast. So, yeah.
Better rather that than the resident millennial like Bryant.
You speaking of the devil here?
Hey, welcome,
Hey, guys.
Bryant.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my stream is just a little behind here. Oh, okay. Anyways, yeah, sorry I was a little late. I had to get my Danger Witch. It is.
Oh, yes.
It's spicy. Remember, that's what Russ said, and he's, you know, ever since I bought a Danger Witch, the Broncos have been winning. So I'm going to throw this away now. Actually,
Good choice.
but if I could just show you like how I don't go to Subway very often, and this reminds me of why. First off, it's not spicy at all. I'm looking at the ingredients; like it has bell peppers on it. That is the spiciest thing on the. I mean, they have buffalo sauce, jalapenos. None of the hot ingredients are sandwich, man. I had to heat it up just to get it hot in.
You didn't get it toasted?
Yeah, I got like there's ingredients that are hot on the sandwich here.
So if you ask for like jalapenos on it, they'll be like, nope, too spicy for Russ. You can't have jalapenos.
I'm sure they could. I wanted the original Danger Witch though. It's not
not that
There's
good,
a reason
is
why I don't go to Subway. Yeah,
Subway sucks.
Subway's the worst.
but
Yeah.
it had high expectations and a disappointing finish here.
Yeah, I feel like when you go into Subway and then you leave, you just smell like BO. Like I feel like they're baking their bread in the store there smells terrible. I don't get it.
Probably a lot of garlic.
Jersey Mike's is the best sub place.
I'll agree with that.
Just I love Jersey Mike's.
Jacob, I don't know how to comment, but I'm hoping to golf Saturday too. Sorry.
I had to go to YouTube on my phone. And just
That's what I'm gonna have to do too.
Yeah.
Sorry, not to interfere, but it's like, God dang, I want to answer this question, but son of a bitch. Now you can hear me.
And I'm
I
actually
can show it, but I have to interrupt the caption for the segment.
that's okay. Yeah. And I am playing with the other 33% of the Struggle for Par podcast.
Yep. Of course, didn't get an invite again this week.
100%. Hey, that's on Kevin. I didn't make this tea time, so 100% of the podcast could golf. I'm just saying.
Yep.
All
one of these days, we might actually have to do another one of those podcasts.
Yeah.
Beck is going to be done with volleyball in a couple weeks, and I'm going to have a lot more freedom. So
I'd be down for a Struggle for Par. We just need to start DMing like these lower, like Corn Ferry Tour guys and get one on the pod. That'd be awesome.
Yes. Make them our golfer. We can sponsor them with the money that we have in Anchor.
Yeah, it could buy them a dozen Pro Vs.
Can it?
I don't know.
Can it?
I don't think it can. No. It can buy them 3.5 sleeves of Pro Vs.
Yeah. All right. Who's our talent search guy? You need to get on.
Just start DM. I'm going to start following every Corn Ferry Tour golfer and just DMing every one of them.
We know a guy who used to always, message Rihanna saying if you get a retweet.
Hey, maybe that's our guy. We get him. We get Rihanna on the pod.
Yes.
So did that?
I mean, she's doing the Super Bowl halftime show. Why not?
I think I said, a 2008 version of me would be super excited.
What were you going to say,
So did
Joey?
Brian have some dangerous and then lose it? Like, did he get taken out from that sub?
Got too spicy. He couldn't handle it anymore.
Spicy like a bold ginger ale.
That's right.
I thought you were saying bold ginger. I was like, ooh, that's.
He is a fair-skinned redhead. I mean, can he take the heat?
Exactly. He had a coat on, which I thought was weird because he sweats like I do.
You know how I like my spicy food. Come on now.
Yep.
That's right.
All right, we ready to jump into this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we've been doing drinks. I'm falling behind here on my duties.
By the way, I'm drinking Diet Dr. Pepper, just FYI. No one asked.
Because we knew you weren't drinking anything interesting, Joey.
Exactly.
It's the sweet one.
Yes. Hell yeah.
All right. Well, first on the agenda is smoking meats, and I know Clark's pit boss got some playing time this weekend.
Yeah, I had some folks in town, so I lathered up couple pork butts. Used up what was left of the rubs I had in my cabinet. It's been a lazy shopping season, and I scratched out the very last of Plowboys and a little bit of honey chipotle on those bad boys. So
Nice.
smoked them up, made them delicious, and put them in my belly.
Yeah, I felt bad. My Blackstone pit boss, nothing got playing time this past weekend.
What the hell did you do all weekend?
Well, Amelia's been fighting the old hand, foot, mouth.
Oh,
So we just kind of hung out. We didn't. I mean, that's not an excuse for me to not throw something on the smoker because we really didn't go anywhere. I did play golf on Saturday, but other than that, we didn't do a whole lot. Just stuck around here because she's finally over her rash and back to daycare. But yeah,
that's good.
Yeah. What about you, Joey?
I did some breakfast brats when I got home on Friday afternoon, and then did some pulled beef or shredded beef, which turned out okay. I did it. Usually I do it all in the smoker and just wrap it in some foil, but we were going to be inside and it was super fucking windy in Missouri, so I was like, I'm just going to smoke it and then put it in the crock pot. And that was okay. It took way longer and didn't get tender till like after I shredded it and put it back in. So
when I was finishing up those pork butts and waiting for them to rest a bit, I threw on the greatest delicacy known to the smoking world, cream cheese.
Yeah.
I actually, before we got on here, I was just like flipping through Instagram and a reel of that came up on my phone. I'm like, it's the easiest thing to do. Like, I haven't done it forever. Why haven't I just done a block of cream cheese?
Cream cheese, score it, little oil, little rub.
Yeah.
Throw her in the smoker till she's soft.
Some Ritz crackers.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
Ritz crackers, huh? I did a taco seasoning one and did Tostitos, and it was amazing.
Wheat thins also do well.
Yeah.
That's what I normally do is wheat thins.
Yeah.
God, I'm going to have to do that now. I also made chili a couple weeks ago. I don't know if I told you guys or not, but finally chili season's back. So
some cinnamon rolls.
Nope.
Cornbread.
Nope. There was no beans in it. It was keto chili. So yeah.
Disappointing.
So nothing good. And I've never been I like cinnamon rolls and I like chili, but I don't do the whole dunking and shit. Like, I don't know. I'm not a true Northern Iowan, I guess.
When it's keto, does that mean you put it on top of a hot dog and cover it in cheese?
And then add bacon and then more sour cream and then fat. Just take lard and dump it on there. Shove it in your gullet.
So Joey's hot take on cinnamon rolls there. I think we're going to have a meeting outside of this and discuss his future.
That's fine.
I say give him a raise.
Yeah, says the cornbread master up there.
I tell you what, if I grew up and had cornbread with chili every day or every time, I would be 700 pounds because cornbread is fucking amazing and I love chili. So, yeah.
I squeeze about a half a bottle of honey on that cornbread when I eat it. What about you, Ryan? Did your smoker get any use?
Yeah, I did a brisket flat this weekend.
Ooh, nice.
First time ever doing brisket.
Nice.
How'd it go?
It was all right. It was a little tough, but I think the issue was we were waiting on some people to come over, and I had it sitting in the cooler for a little long, I think. Great flavor though. Very good flavor, just a little tougher, but I'm gonna shred it up and make some nachos with it here tomorrow, I think.
Hell yeah.
Solid.
With it here tomorrow.
So we have a blank square here. I'm guessing it's Bryant.
Bryant got back on. I'm not seeing anything coming from his camera. I turned him on here, but I don't see anything going on in the tile.
Don't hear him though either.
No.
We miss you, Bryant.
Yeah.
Now we hear him.
Wait, did you do what Trent did and you forgot to plug in your laptop and now it's dying?
Nope.
Nope.
Well, we can move on because I'm guessing Bryant didn't smoke anything this weekend. So, let's do NFL first because Bryant loves college football, so we can do that once he gets back in. How about that?
Sounds good.
So first up in the NFL, me and Ryan, big Vikings fans, 5-1 going into the bye week, just like we all expected. Beat Miami 24-16 without Tua.
Suck it, James.
Yeah, without Tua, Skylar Thompson starting, and then my boy Teddy comes in because Skylar gets hurt. I was a little worried when Teddy came in instead of Skylar. I really was.
Teddy, he got hit quite a bit, and there were a few times that he looked like he shouldn't be coming up.
I agree. There was one time, I think it was on his first full drive after Skylar Thompson got hurt. Like he was down, and I'm like, oh God, does he have a concussion? Like, do they even have another quarterback on the roster right now? And this was like in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, Skylar Thompson played one drive and he was out.
Yeah, and I don't think Skylar played bad. Limited we saw him. I mean, he was doing just like Bridgewater was, I think, searching for Tyreek, and that seemed to work. Tyreek Hill had himself a day.
He went down the field, but they got penalized so many times, and they were legit penalties. I don't think there's anyone arguing that they weren't legit penalties. So
yeah, well, our first drive was 4th and 35 at one point.
Yeah, they were. I think they got like 5 penalties in a row. Yes. So they probably should have gotten a touchdown that drive, but they just kept on kind of shooting themselves in the foot. But I was a little concerned with Teddy. I don't know. Yeah, there was one time that I didn't think he should be coming back up or coming back in.
Yeah. The Vikings defensive line got after it too. They had did Teddy get sacked 6 times, I think? Or was it 5?
I think 5, yeah.
Yeah, Zadarius Smith went nuts.
I love that guy. That is the best. That was such a good signing. And it's funny because he came from the Packers, and all the Packers said was he's washed up. He's just been injured, and he's not going to add anything. Well, he's been probably our best defensive player this year.
Yeah.
He's been awesome.
Yep. Yeah. So, and I know I texted you this right when they missed that extra point. I was like, this isn't going to come back to bite us in the ass, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say Patrick Jones is second. This was like his first full game that he played because DJ Wanham was out with illness, and he had 2 sacks himself. Very, very strong outing. He'll get more play time too now. So we have a lot of depth at that. I guess with the 3-4, it's hybrid defensive end, outside linebacker type position.
Yep. Yeah. So I saw a tweet today. This really surprising. This has nothing to do with the game, but with Adam Thielen playing in the game yesterday, he has played just as many games as a Viking as Adrian.
One more now. One more now.
Yeah, he's played one more game in a Vikings uniform than Adrian Peterson.
Yep.
And it just seemed like Adrian had been there forever, and it doesn't seem like Adam Thielen's been there for that long. Probably because AP was hurt, a little bit. But I was like, oh.
And
I would have never guessed.
Thielen had a decent game yesterday too.
Mm-hmm.
There were a couple catches that he, prior seasons, I think he would have had. Didn't quite make him yesterday, but the funny thing is I hate watching our offense because we play 10 yards off. It seems like we play a soft zone and we let them go down the field, but we've got, I think, the 11th best scoring defense this year, compared to top 5 worst last season. So it's frustrating to watch, but they're really playing quite solid this year statistically as far as points go.
Yeah.
And Patrick Peterson, that guy freaking played awesome yesterday. When he was man to man, he was a lockdown yesterday. He really was. He got his interception. He's got an interception every single season that he's played in his career. I mean, that's a pretty damn good.
Yep. He's a fucking baller. I love Patrick Peterson. I always have.
Yeah. I do too. I didn't really know much about him when he was with Arizona, but right away when he came into Minnesota, he was just a leader right away and just seems like a cool dude. Plus, he was the spokesperson for Pit Boss. So,
and he probably went to LSU the same time as you.
No.
No?
Before.
No. How old do you think I am?
I don't know.
I guess him and I are probably similar age, but
Right, that's what I
he's
was
been in
guessing.
he's been in the league.
He just went there right after high school.
Yeah, I waited a few
you
years
went.
before that.
Yeah, that's right. Never mind.
I went when Joey Burrow was there.
That's right. Well, shit. My bad.
No Tyrann Mathieu or OBJ. No Pat Pete. Not even Daniil Hunter. But we had to settle for Joe Burrow during my time there.
Settle for him, huh?
So you have on here about Miami's ultimate home field advantage with 30-degree bench difference. I was going to tweet something about that yesterday, like along the lines of, the NFL is so concerned about player safety, got to protect the quarterback. You better not flinch when you get off the turf or you're sitting out the rest of the game. But if you have a heat stroke over on the sideline, fine. No big deal.
What was it? Was it like 120 or 125 over on
125 on the Vikings sideline yesterday?
Yep. Yeah. So when the Bills were playing there, it was 147 on their sideline because they had the awning out and that reflects over straight onto that sideline. So like Stephon Diggs and shit, like they were just cramping like instantly in the second quarter. It was crazy. So,
we were lucky we didn't have any of that yesterday, but I guess they practiced in hoodie and sweatpants all week outside, or I guess probably not outside because it's snowing, but yeah, they practiced like that all week and trying to do what they could to keep that from happening. But yeah, Trent, that is kind of a little bit of a health type risk thing.
That's what I thought. I'm like, you're so concerned about player safety, but you're just going to let that happen. Like,
yeah. I mean, on the flip side though, Lambeau, Buffalo, hypothermia, like they're playing in super fucking cold weather. So,
but that's a little more avoidable. You can put clothes on.
I
agree. But you can't take your pads and helmet off.
I'm just saying what the argument is. So.
I saw someone argue today, well, the Vikings stadium is built so sound reflects more towards the visitor side, so they get more sound. Well, it's like sound in 125 degrees with 90% humidity is just slightly different.
You're trying to shatter their eardrums, you.
My ears.
You're sorry.
Slayers, you.
Sorry, geez, you're right. How insensitive of me and my tinnitus hate.
Man, I should always play. I should be a away opponent for the Vikings all the time. I can't hear shit, so
you'd be good.
Yeah. On that game, though, I also heard that Tyreek Hill became Miami's all-time. Well, he now has 3 10 catches, 150 yards for the Dolphins, and is alone and by himself in first place. There are 5 other players that are tied at 1. And he's been there for 6 games, and some of those players had been there for years. So
those are probably all back in the Marino era too.
Yep, exactly.
Man's got a top that has the best quarterback in the league. So
he hasn't been playing with him. He's played with 3 different quarterbacks.
He's got the 3 best quarterbacks in the league.
We are the 3 best friends that anyone could have.
Yeah, but you know what? We go into the bye 5-1. They haven't been the best wins, but they're still wins. They're wins we wouldn't have had last year. There's no way we would have had them last year.
I don't care when people say that. They're like, you're the worst 5-1 team. These aren't pretty wins. Does it matter? Like, this is the NFL. Like, in the NFL, this isn't college when you're just going to try to blow somebody out by 50 every week. The NFL is just find a way to win.
Mm-hmm.
That's my take.
It's not easy.
That.
It's not easy to win in the NFL, and the only team we've lost to is the only undefeated team in the NFL. Mm-hmm. That's the only team we've lost to, and everyone that's played them has also lost to them. So you can't be upset about it. We by far have not played a perfect game on all 3 aspects. Really not a perfect game anywhere. So it's exciting to know that we've played our worst, but we can still get better and still win while we're playing our worst.
Yeah. No,
the Vikings are the only team above 500 in the NFC North, South, and West. Let that sink in.
Win the NFC North bet is looking pretty good right now.
I think I got the Vikings at over 8.5 or 9.5 wins. So hopefully I can get that too.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't. We started out 6-0. What was it, 2015 or 2016, and then ended up 8-8. So hopefully we don't do that again.
Yeah.
But,
so next, the Commanders and then the Cardinals, and now Wentz, the Commanders quarterback, is out. He had surgery today on a broken finger, I believe.
Thumb, I think. Yeah.
Heineke's back, baby.
Yeah, Heineke. Yeah, some people are saying even start that. I've never even heard of the other guy. I don't know who it is. But yeah, so
should have 2 winnable games. Arizona looks like absolute garbage.
Could be 7-1 going into the Bills, which I don't know. Nobody wants to play the Bills. Right now.
We're gonna get our asses kicked. We'll lose by we'll lose by 30.
Let's be real.
Yeah, we'll lose by 30 then. But if we go there and we're 7-1 and end up 7-2, that's not bad at all.
No, and I'd be okay with that. So you have anything else to add to that, Ryan?
No, not really. Oh, I was going to say, it seems like now people are embracing Kirk Cousins. It's kind of nice to see that. He's having his worst year statistically through his first 6 games, but wins, according to Vikings fans, are quarterback stats. So now that he's got us to 5-1, he's kind of being embraced, and you can see the personalities of people now. You have a coaching staff that's letting all the personalities come out and let them have fun. And it's just fun to watch as a fan. It's awesome to watch as a fan. So you have all the videos of Kirk Cousins with his chains and stuff like that now. And he's just the biggest dork on the planet, but it's awesome to see. It's a nice change.
Wearing Justin Jefferson's ice.
Yes.
It's funny. So I just texted Bryant asking about his technical difficulties. Do we want to go on to the Falcons? We'll talk about the Chiefs last. See if we can get Bryant back in here for the Chiefs.
That works for me.
Fine with me.
Oh, says he's starting now. So yeah, let's talk about the Falcons. We'll get Bryant in here to talk about the Chiefs. So, but yeah, the Falcons. They smoked the 49ers. That was not my bet. So. 49ers are doing their part of making Brock Purdy the starter by week 9.
Yeah, that game surprised the shit out of me. I thought the 49ers were going to beat the shit out of the Falcons, especially with that defense. But that defense, basically their whole line is out on defense. So, yeah, it was Falcons ran that ball up and down the field all game. So, pretty crazy. Yeah, they took care of business on the defensive end as well, and Jimmy G looked like crap. Well, I guess he had 296 yards and 2 touchdowns, but in the second half he looked like crap. So
and 2 picks.
Hey Trent, exactly. One thing quickly though. Week 9 is their bye week.
Oh shoot, it's gonna have to be week 10. That gives me an extra week.
You said bye week 9, so if he doesn't start in the next 2 weeks, you're wrong.
All right, whatever.
Yeah, otherwise, they had sweet throwback jerseys and helmets on, which was awesome. And, yeah, just a big game of the Falcons.
Do you regret all your pessimism towards them before the season started?
No, they shouldn't have won this game. I think it's awesome that they're 6-0, and they're the only team that doesn't have a 750 win percentage to be 6-0 against the spread. So that'll be awesome. They're going to be going for the first and only team ever to go 7-0 against the spread. So that'll be cool.
Now, looking at the division right now, like the Buccaneers look bad.
Yep.
The Panthers are terrible.
Yep.
The Saints are terrible. Falcons might make the playoffs.
Exactly. Falcons might win the division, which is crazy. I would not have thought that at the beginning of the year. To be honest with you, I've barely watched any of them. Like normal years, I'd try and look up a stream or something to watch them because obviously they aren't coming on many times in Missouri. But now I've just been watching them on Red Zone, and this last weekend I had my phone pulled up and watching the GameCast the whole time. So yeah, they're entertaining, and they are playing Big Ten football, run it right at you, and maybe we'll throw it to a tight end every once in a while. So hey, I like that.
Kyle Pitts hit that dirty bird on his touchdown.
Exactly. Exactly. And so Sunday morning, I woke up and I was just scrolling through Facebook and I saw a thing for like 78% off jerseys. And I got all the way to the checkout and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, this is awesome. Because it looked just like Fanatics. And then once I got to the checkout window, it came up with Fanatics Shop website.com or some shit like that. I was like, oh, this is a scam. Don't put your credit card in there. So, yeah. I almost paid for a $40 Kyle Pitts jersey, but I didn't get it. So
I was gonna say, yeah, so you're gonna get Pitts, not Mariota.
no, it'll be Kyle Pitts. It would be either Kyle Pitts or AJ Terrell at this point.
Yeah.
They're both really damn good. So
No Calvin Ridley.
I already have that jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, I bought it as soon as Julio left because I needed another receiver jersey. So.
Who do you think he's been betting on lately?
Probably the Falcons if he's smart.
Bet that spread, baby.
Mhm.
Some of us here still ain't learned.
That luck gonna run out sometime.
Nope.
It'll be the week I bet on it.
17-0 against the spread this year.
Every week you don't bet on, it's another week we all keep winning.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank
Anything
Yeah,
else
that's
to add
all I
to
got.
the Falcons there?
Nope, just that those were sweet fucking jerseys. I know I said it already, but it's still my favorite. I love it when they dress up like Dion.
Is
So
Tampa Bay not going to turn it around?
They stink.
Their
They're
line
terrible.
is hurting, man.
yeah, they thought that they were getting Mike Evans back and a couple other guys, and thought they were gonna be good this week, and it did not happen.
Mike Evans does not block on the pass rush, so it's not working.
They should get George Kittle.
Yeah. That guy knows how to throw a pancake, man.
Well, yeah, because their starting tight end this week is basically paralyzed. Cameron Brate got carted off. So
Yeah. This was like he was injured, and this is his first game back. Like he was another big one coming back, and then he was on a stretcher coming off the field.
So expect Gronk to be signed sometime this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Brady.
you think if it keeps going like this for the Buccaneers, does Tom Brady finish the season?
I don't know. He was already at a wedding on Friday night. He went to Robert Kraft's wedding.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Robert
do you want to
Kraft
say
got
who it was?
married?
Yes.
Mhm.
You know who didn't go to the wedding?
Who did?
Bill
Belichick.
Belichick.
Mhm.
Do you know who won on Sunday?
Bill
Bill
Belichick.
Bailey Zappi.
I'm just curious. Who did he marry?
I have no idea. A
He
masseuse
looked
from
like somebody
Miami.
that would work in a massage parlor.
Yeah.
How many years younger?
I don't know how
Than him.
stereotypical do we want to get here, Trent?
Exactly. I almost said something that shouldn't have been said.
I'm just saying, like, how many years younger than him is she?
I saw a
Very.
picture of her. It's a bit.
Okay.
But so the reason he got married on Friday and during football season, because you would think, oh, he owns a football team. Why would he get married during football season? Because it was the only day that Elton John had available on his schedule to do his wedding. So Elton John performed at the wedding. Al Michaels announced them coming down the aisle, and I can't remember someone else did the ceremony. It's crazy, but
So
Elton John and so you're saying my wedding and his were a little different.
a little bit.
hey, I
Just a
was
little
at your wedding, all right?
He had
I'm way
Al
better than
Michaels and Elton John. I had Tom Petty and Joe Buck. So
That's
whatever.
right.
Yeah.
Damn.
So a little trivia. Who do you guys know how old Robert Kraft is?
82.
77.
I mean, Joey is closest, but he's over. Is 81.
Oh shit. Okay.
His new wife is older than I would have guessed. 47.
I was gonna say, is she
Wow.
older than me?
Yep.
Somebody get that on there. Share that screen, Clark.
I'm pulling it up here. I'm
Okay.
getting a
She
picture
is
for us
white.
all.
Crazy.
I like this picture better. Hang on. Let's just get this.
We're just poking the bear here, aren't we?
Mhm.
Yeah.
See how close we can get.
So is Bryant not coming back on? He's doing a lot of comments.
He said he's restarting.
Okay.
Oh, maybe just hang on.
Every time we try and get him on here, my screen freezes.
Apparently
The Pulse of
Bryant-
the Heartland fans did like Bryant's shaggy hair, so I'm guessing that's why his camera doesn't work. He had a haircut.
Oh, you can't see his fresh cut now, dude.
That's what I'm
Looks
saying.
good,
We
looks good,
We
Bryant.
like shaggy Bryant.
So the Dangerous only got a 6 out of 10, huh? Or is that even just being nice? Is that too high?
You know, and I'm not very too critical on food. It was just false advertising. They put a sandwich on there. He claims it's too spicy. Now this is Russ Wilson spicy. He might think mayo is spicy, but it would just no.
We got too much pepper on here, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, put some jalapenos on it. I almost either got my sriracha or like Frank's and just put it on there. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to fuck up Black Forest ham, salami, pepperoni. You know, it's hard to fuck up a lot of those good ingredients. Say it's spicy. That's all I wanted.
Subway's good at messing up anything.
Joey,
I've got a question for you, Bryant.
Yeah.
What is spicier, Robert Kraft's new wife or the Danger Witch?
Let me full screen this here.
What is she? 47? Did you say?
47.
Yeah, she's 47. She looks good for 47, and for having a 80-year-old husband, she looks pretty good.
So I'm going to throw this out there.
I'm-
He's 81, right?
Yeah.
81 minus 47. So
34.
yeah, I'm just saying. I'm 35. That's 1 year younger than me. So like when he was my age, that chick was 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just doing some simple math here, okay? Just doing simple math.
I think the older you get, the less it matters. Is that how it goes?
Not saying anything about it.
Now,
We're getting very dangerous to some comments that are not going to bode well for us tonight.
I'm just saying maybe he's got a couple $1 billion. I don't know.
No, she loves him for his personality.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't understand why he got married. Like, you're 81, you are rich as fuck. I'm hoping you're not like worried about premarital sex at this point. Like, what are you doing here? Like,
He's trying to do it. He's trying to do it the right way, like Donald Sterling did.
I guess.
He's got a ring on that one. Now he can work on number 2.
Speaking of rings, I saw a meme today. It really cracked me up, and I sent it to my wife. And I sent it to you guys too, but just for the audience, it was a meme, and it said a TV show that should be it's a new reality show. Okay, it's gonna be Tom Brady selecting his next wife. And they're gonna call it the 10th Ring, and it's gonna be hosted by Gronk. And then after they get married, they have to live in a house with Antonio Brown for a year.
So there you go. I asked the question, if things keep going this badly in Tampa Bay, does Tom Brady finish the season? The answer is no. He's going to do that.
Yeah,
He shouldn't.
Yeah.
The unretiring was probably the worst decision he could have made.
After this week, it sure looks that way.
I bet he's thinking the same thing right now.
He may have ruined his life for one more chance.
You feel for the guy. You really do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't you?
I have no problems with him, so I do. I feel terrible for him that he's doing what he loves for his career, and then, I mean, I get Giselle's situation too. It's just kind of crappy for them, and I'm glad I'm not talented enough to ever have to have this life decision.
Brian, what the hell did you just send us?
I've been sorry, my computer's way behind. Okay, allude to
Oh,
what
hell
I'm
yes.
sending you. We're talking about an 81-year-old man marrying, what is she, 47, correct?
Yeah.
So the reason I sent this one, and you're not going to tell me right now.
How old is Martha?
81.
Martha Stewart's 81. Wow.
Yes,
I'm looking it
I
up
don't
right
believe
now.
it.
I had no idea.
I don't banks that have been in prison.
He's been in prison less than Snoop Dogg. Come on.
I'm not going to bang Snoop Dogg either.
Your loss.
There's a lot of money there.
Yeah.
How the hell did she take it down?
I don't know if I've ever heard of anyone referring to Martha Stewart as a thirst trap.
No.
Watch this video, then you'll understand.
Today's day.
If you do want to see her looking pretty good, just look up young Martha Stewart, though. Young Martha Stewart, holy crap.
Hey, Mr. Host,
Everyone
you're gonna
that's
rein this
listening,
back
all
in.
of it up in your free
Yeah,
time.
I was going to say, we've kind of
Yeah.
strayed away from the NFL here since Bryant's got back. But so we were talking about some
I've had a
upsets.
lot
We
of
went through
things
the
to
South.
say. Usually I stretch it.
Hot damn.
Yeah, not having Bryant here for the first half hour, he's got a lot to get off his chest. So
I've decided I'm more of a Rachel Ray guy myself.
So,
your
like
own,
I
I
was
guess.
saying, let's get her back to the NFL here, guys. Well, NFL, hey, we're talking upsets. We just went through the Falcons, the Steelers. We talked about the Buccaneers getting beat. Giants beat the Ravens. How many more leads are the Ravens going to blow? They get up every game. Is there a bet on that we can do for Road to 272? Like, how big is the Ravens lead going to be before they blow it? I'd bet on that.
We can make it a line, I guess.
I would
You
bet
can
on
just
that.
give the money to me, and then I'll tell you if you're right or wrong.
All right.
Right.
Yeah, they got beat by the Giants. The Giants, they're another surprise 5-1 team right now.
New York is the mecca of football this week, man. The Jets and Giants.
Trent, you just gave me an idea. I think we need to start Pulse of the Heartland Sportsbook.
I like it.
We'll be making prop bets that no one's ever had before.
So
Futures
we're gonna have to
on
maybe
Brian
go.
Ferenz's career.
Well, since Clark's on, we're probably going to have to do this in Kansas because I want to do it in a state where you can bet everywhere, not just in one town.
Isn't this on the ballot this year in South Dakota for
I
mobile
believe
gaming?
so. Yeah, I need to get my voter registration changed. That way I can vote on that.
Yes.
Brian, why do you look so much better now? Is that laptop finally dead?
Yeah, I'm just going for mine now. I don't like how zoomed in on my face it is, though, so I'm trying to sit back a little bit.
What happened to your microphone?
Your voice sounds like a chipmunk.
It sounds like you're on helium. Okay. I was
real quick.
gonna, to go along with that. Has Lamar Jackson kind of hurt his stock a little bit? Like he was betting on himself, and he just, he's still great, but he hasn't quite looked like his MVP self his last few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that these losses are on him though. So I think he's still playing good football. So I don't know if his stock has fallen a ton.
Who'd they lose this week? They only scored 23 points against him or whatever.
They're still leading that dreadful division too.
It's true.
Well, yeah, they lost to the Giants and only scored 20, and then only scored 19 against the Bengals.
I mean, an argument can be made for the Bengals. I mean, they're not. I mean, they're the Bengals. They're gonna be okay. Yeah. So they're 3-3. The Bengals are 3-3. The Browns 2-4 and Steelers 2-4. Yeah. So that division is not great. So they still have a good chance of coming out of that division and making the playoffs if they quit blowing these leads.
Is the AFC North the new NFC East?
AFC South probably is.
Yeah. There's a lot of divisions here in football that aren't great.
Yep. There's more bad divisions than there are good divisions. That's for damn sure.
So why is there's a lot of parity in NFL this year? Like, I don't know. Like, what's different? Like, why is that?
Has there really been much made of the new Deshaun Watson accusation / lawsuit?
I wouldn't have known about it if I wasn't in a text conversation with you guys.
24 or 26, it's the same number to the Browns at this point.
And I think it might have been Brian or Ryan, one of you or Joey made the point that they haven't done nothing about what Kamara has been charged with yet. They're waiting until next offseason to do that. They're just going to do the same thing with Watson if they do push further for more penalty.
He'll get another quarter for one more woman.
Yeah.
Yep.
He'll have to start in the second quarter against the Texans.
Yep.
And then the last bullet point here. Oh, go ahead, Brian.
Oh no, I was just going to agree with that. Sadly, I mean they've seen shit about these women beforehand. What's one more? They're just going to pay her off, and then they're just going to happen.
Yep.
So I was going to move along here to the last bullet point in the upsets.
Okay.
Ryan, do you want to announce this one, Ryan? I'll let you.
Packers lost to the Jets by quite a bit. Kind of got their asses kicked.
I mean, when you're going up against Breece Hall, that'll happen.
Is Sauce Gardner the best cornerback in the NFL right now?
He fucking might be.
Yeah, as a rookie.
Good.
Him and Breece are the top two odds on to win the Rookie of the Year right now.
Good for the Jets, man.
Yeah, they drafted really well this year.
I can't believe some loser in this podcast didn't take Breece Hall in fantasy this week, though.
Did you?
Yeah.
No. I didn't look at your team. I didn't know.
I think I had Melvin Gordon in my lineup, and Kevin emailed me back. He's like, "Hey, Melvin doesn't play till Monday." I was like, "Oh, give me Breece Hall then."
You're lucky he pays attention to that.
I know. I got his back though. I got him whenever it comes to giving Justin Jefferson too many points. So
there you go.
Packers are not looking good, and I love it. I love it so much, and I love
their fans
that
are calling for Jordan Love.
It's nuts. They're calling for them to blow the whole organization up, basically. You guys just went 13-3 the last 2 seasons, and you guys are having a little, early season problems, and yet we need to blow everything up. It's hilarious. I love seeing it.
Are we still early season or are we mid-season at this point?
Well, we're still first third. We just finished the first, didn't we? Oh.
Yeah, they're 3-3.
I realize some
You'd think they were 0-6.
Some franchises just need to learn how to lose, though. I mean, I saw this last Saturday through today. Alabama fans are still crying about losing on Saturday. Championships in a decade, and you're still bitching about refs. You have all the best players in the world. Get over at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. When you sit there and you just when the Vikings beat you, which haven't beat Kirk Cousins, I think 770 days now, something like that. And all they say is, you won your Super Bowl.
Rough
Congratulations. Estimate. Well, yeah, rough estimate. You won your Super Bowl. Congratulations. Well, you're kind of acting like little bitches right now. It's kind of fun. It's a lot of fun. Calling for Jordan Love. I saw some people saying they need to hire Mike Zimmer as their defensive coordinator. Hey, no, you don't. I've seen that episode. You don't want to do that.
Who are saying that? The Packers?
Yeah, Packers fans.
Oh God, please do.
Oh yeah, I welcome that. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, please do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now funny. we can circle back around now that we have Bryant here. We waited to talk about the Chiefs till you came back.
Oh, neat, awesome, thanks.
Yeah, well, we didn't.
I'm gonna let Bryant head this one off.
Yeah, so the Bills beat the Chiefs 24-20 in another really good game. Great game last year. That's just what this game is going to be now for the next decade if Allen and Mahomes stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good game. I would say it was expecting. There's too much time left for Mahomes, and he just threw a silly interception. I think it was a good game overall. I would say everyone, and I'll be honest, this season I picked Josh Allen to win the MVP, not because he's the greatest quarterback in the league. It's because everyone is coming their pants over how Josh Allen got a win in the banner Week 6 Super Bowl victory. I mean, they are everyone that Josh Allen was able to pull them out of victory, and it's funny to watch from the outside because again they did good. They are I think Joey said well, but I think it's ironic when you watch a team that you see Josh Allen crying about a missed tripping call, and then that same man 5 minutes later hurdles over another man about one call like that, and then jump over another human being and act like sorry for me. I jumped over your whole defender. I'm sorry, man. Like, hey, I get it. Josh Allen's good for MVP because everyone wants him to be the MVP. But I don't know. Congrats on Week 6 victory in the playoffs.
Yeah, and they probably will. They'll probably meet in the playoffs. So we'll get to run that back.
I'm gonna give you just a quick history lesson. The Bills beat the Chiefs last year in the regular season, and we get that the postseason matchup, and here come the Chiefs and give us great freaking games, man. A little side note: the Chiefs were playing 2 rookie cornerbacks because their starting cornerbacks were both out. They were still missing Willie Gay from the vacuum gate suspension whenever he hurt some Hoover's feelings. So Willie Gay, great linebacker. Willie Gay's got the speed to take the edge off those rushing plays that they were able to run around. So I think Willie Gay puts a stop to that. Bolton played great. Chris Jones got the pressure up the middle. I think they're defensive ends for the Chiefs, so they left something to be desired there. Frank Clark was just like a step slow a couple times. He had some great moves to get there. You just weren't able to make it happen. I like to see a little more development from Karlaftis. He showed some early promise here as a rookie this year. I like his fire. And then I feel like Kalen Sanders doesn't get enough respect. That guy can blow up some plays and bring some energy. I like watching him. So I was happy to finally see Juju get in the end zone. Marquez had one that got called back due to a holding call. So I'm glad to see those guys getting involved finally. I didn't see much out of Clyde this week. I don't know if he was held out for little health reasons or what, but he didn't get very many snaps. I like seeing Pacheco, but I think the Chiefs just kind of they held. It seems like they have a lot that they didn't show this week. So I feel like there's a lot of promise for a future matchup if they can get healthy, get their guys back. It'll be a different matchup. Same can be said for the Bills though, because they're tore up as shit right now too. I don't know if anybody else saw it, but Poyer, safety for the Bills, he took a car ride from Buffalo to Kansas City for the game due to a rib injury that the doctors would not let him fly in an airplane due to the pressure. So, props to that dude, man. That guy's got some freaking grit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just from an outsider, this is the most exciting matchup for anybody to watch. And like we were watching it after the Vikings game, and my mother-in-law asked me, who are we going for? And I go, I honestly don't care. Like I love both of those teams. I love both Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. So I just want a good game, and that's exactly what we got. And I have it in the notes. This is our current generation's Manning versus Brady. I think we'll be seeing these guys go at it all the time, every year, just because they'll always be top of their division. And these are the type of games that we were hoping the AFC West in general would be Kansas City versus Denver, Kansas City versus Chargers, Kansas City versus Las Vegas, and that hasn't lived up. But we will always have the Bills, it looks like. And yeah, it's fun. It's fun to watch these.
On a side note,
This
Kelsey
also
didn't have
reminds me of the Manning Brady situation, because one quarterback actually wins in the postseason and one loses every postseason. They make excuses for it.
Oh, jeez.
Are you saying
I don't know.
that Josh Allen's going to be $1 million media mogul whenever he finally retires?
Smoking cigars and FaceTiming Wyoming players when they upset San Diego State. Fucking singing whatever Hicks song that they win when they went out and watch.
Rocky Top!
Yeah, a little Rocky Top or some shit.
You might be the only person I've heard say anything bad about Josh Allen.
Man, the homer is strong in this.
Last year it was Joe Burrow. This year it's Josh Allen.
But Jesus, like, do we not hear this on SportsCenter enough? Hold in on SportsCenter, Josh.
But they've already, I mean, yes, Josh Allen has not gotten a Super Bowl or anything, but he has, I mean, we got an instant classic in the playoffs last year, which I'm very thankful that we got a rule change that both teams get the ball now in the playoffs, because that is kind of
Thank you, Josh Allen, for going through something that earlier. Congrats on being second to that, too.
I'm just glad the Chiefs could improve upon 13 seconds and make it 12 seconds.
True. I agree.
Good luck improving on that.
Yeah.
No, to be honest, man, it gets boring when everyone's like, isn't Josh Allen? We can all agree it is. It's too positive. Where we're talking about Mahomes' negative year was best year. And good job of being third in the league right now down there, buddy. I mean, man.
You're not going to persuade me on this one.
That's fine, and you're not going to persuade me that I have to love Josh Allen. That I have to love Josh. We're going to be watching Josh Allen pregame. That's how this works. What's he wearing? Is he wearing silly stuff? I mean, you saw a video. Oh my God! You see, he signed an autograph for a fan. Let's do that. But they're gargling him for doing something that.
I think we'll be watching these guys probably the next 7 years or something go at it, and that's from a non-AFC Vikings or non-AFC non-Chiefs fan. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome.
Doesn't matter. They're all playing for second in the AFC.
With the advances in modern medicine and the rule changes to protect the quarterback, I don't see how Patrick Mahomes doesn't play till he's at least 70.
True.
He's gonna really make Tom Brady look young by the time he's done with his career.
Yeah,
I hope he gets a better Botox injection than Tom Brady gets.
It's bad.
That's really I'm going to give you guys a quick update here, okay? Let's blow this up for a second so that you can see here. Travis Kelce is laying waste to the competition. Just in case you're wondering, there's one man that's not on the board who's keeping pace, and that is the one, the only Mark Andrews. And him and Travis Kelce are tied at exactly 455 receiving yards. Kelce has two more receptions and 2 more touchdowns though than Mark Andrews does.
Irv Smith is coming back
at a snail's pace.
Kittle blows.
He's gonna just blow up and have a record year at some point here. Could be 5 years from now. It could be his son or something. I don't know.
Why is it that George Kittle's best day yet comes on the most disappointing day for the Giants?
Giants.
Or for the freaking 49ers.
Niners.
My bad.
I don't know. He's still at this point they don't utilize their tight ends like they have before, and I don't know what's going on in San Francisco.
He had 8
might
catches
as
for
well-
83 this week, Joey.
I know, but it's still not. Up until this game, it was basically non-existent for those tight ends. So
He probably didn't get enough pancakes.
yeah, I was gonna say he should probably just gain like 30 pounds, just be a tackle. They need that more than anything right now. With Trent Williams still being out.
Once Brock Purdy starts, watch out.
Yeah, he knows how to throw to tight ends, right, Trent?
Well, he did have a couple good ones at the new tight end Iowa State.
So
nothing, Joey.
Oh, I can't say any. What do you want me to say? I can't defend Iowa's offense. Jesus,
No.
it's like trying to defend OJ. Like it's just impossible, and then it happens.
So, just in case you're wondering, I do have the tallies for the Iowa threesome at the tight end position here. All three of them have 19 receptions on the year so far. Hawkinson had a big week, so he leapt forward in yardage and touchdowns compared to the other two. He's sitting at 267 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kittle has 19 for 182, no touchdowns. And then Noah Fant, now in Seattle, has 19 for 150 and 1 touchdown. So the three-headed monster from Iowa is currently at 57 catches, 599 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Tight end, you baby. Are we counting pancake blocks? I know someone else brought that up a second ago. But...
Sorry, I don't waste my money on PFF. So,
well, you should. You'd have better takes on Twitter and not get lit up as often.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't have the QB pressure stat paid for.
Well, it seems as if we had lost Bryant here again. I don't know where he is, but we'll circle back here. We'll hit the college football spot here because we've kind of hit everything in the NFL here. But yeah, this weekend in NCAA football was nuts. So the Bama Tennessee game, God, you hate to see it.
Do you?
Hate to see it.
I loved that game. Not even just the ending, but that whole game was awesome. And I didn't even watch it live. I was at Rochelle's mom's for the majority of the afternoon and evening. So as soon as I got home, I started watching as many highlights as I could for everything. And fuck, that was awesome. Michigan, Penn State was great going into the locker room at halftime, and then Michigan blew them out the rest of the way. Ole Miss looks fucking amazing. USC got beat. UCLA was on a bye, unfortunately. I got home and I thought it was UCLA, USC, and it was Utah, USC, and I was even more happy that Utah beat them. But yeah, it was a good weekend for college football, man. I can't wait for recapping all this on Thursday.
I just found out tonight that the Tennessee head coach is from Aberdeen.
Josh Heupel?
Yeah, didn't know that.
He's from Aberdabber. Did you see the video of it was on Tennessee's campus? They had this huge screen set up with the game going, and like the field was like in the background. You could see it in the video, but it was quite a ways away. But the video feed that they had streaming on this huge screen for these students that couldn't get into the stadium is on a 12-second delay.
Yep.
So like all the fireworks going off the stadium in the background, you could like just hear this enormous roar. And then they all start cheering, and then they like this phone video like turns to the screen, and like 10 seconds later the field goal was kicked. Right. It was a pretty cool video.
Yeah. So there's that video, which was awesome, and then there's also the picture of all the cigar smoke coming out of the stadium, because I guess it's a cigar game. Whichever team wins, all their fans light up cigars. And everyone in the stadium.
Pictures of people smoking cigars. I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, I guess it's a tradition there, but there were so many people smoking them in the Tennessee stadium that like they were hotboxing each other. It was pretty fucking cool.
I saw a report that the fans cheering set off earthquake sensors, seismic sensors nearby.
Yeah. Clay Travis was there, and on Twitter he said it was so loud in the stadium. He didn't realize that they shot fireworks off the top of the stadium until he saw the video later, because you couldn't hear it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love the marching through the streets with the goalpost.
Throwing it in the Tennessee River.
They didn't have to go very far. I had to look it up. I was like, Jesus, how far did these guys haul them things to the river? It's right outside the stadium. So,
and I saw McAfee jumped in there before the game too.
Yeah,
keeping his tradition alive.
Tennessee is starting a GoFundMe to pay for their goalpost, like they can't afford it or something.
They can afford the fine.
Did you see the? Did you see the denominations that you can go fund them on? There's like $16 to, and it covered over the 16-year span that they were losing. $52.49. Yep, and then $1,000. Yeah, it was awesome. So
great weekend. I had a hard time because picture-in-picture wasn't working on Dish for me, so. All at the same time, Tennessee and Alabama was going on as TCU was taking on Oklahoma State. Yep. So it's like, okay, one play, flip over, one play, flip over, one play, flip over.
It was a great day for football.
Great game. Mm-hmm. LSU actually looked pretty decent. That was nice. Iowa didn't lose.
They were on bye week. They still got outscored.
Yeah,
did they?
They didn't lose.
The tweet that was going around, that the bye week NCAA logo, bye week 21, Iowa 6.
6. Pretty solid.
I just wanted to mention this stuff just because I'm not on your Thursday pod, but man, that was awesome football. Awesome college football.
We really won't probably get into Iowa State here. Just we'll talk about those good games like we just talked about, but we'll get into the Iowa State stuff and all that on Thursday.
How does Texas go from blowing out Oklahoma to nearly probably should have lost to Iowa State?
100% should have lost to Iowa State. Iowa State's defense, I think, is legit. Like, their defense is good. Iowa State's lost 4 conference games. They're 0-4 in the conference by a combined 14 points. I think the defense is good enough to win games. Now, the offense... I said we weren't going to get into the Iowa State stuff here, but the offense looked as good as they had all year, I think. So,
agreed.
But
but again, we had special team errors as well, and if he doesn't I'm all for Campbell, but if he doesn't address it against offseason and actually get a special teams coach, then I'm really starting to question his actual decision making, because this has been. We are 5 and now 15 in one possession games. A very bad losing record the last 11 or 12. We're losing in those margins. And to show that you're not willing to change and bring someone in to teach your special teams, it's really just frustrating.
So apparently Iowa State has a special team advisor.
Yeah,
not
advisor,
a special
but
teams
you can't
coach.
be there and coach
so
them
that
now.
Yeah, so that person cannot be on the sideline and coach them up on game day. So
has Matt Campbell fallen from grace from you guys?
No, not even close.
It's just seeing where we were 2 years ago, or 3 with the Fiesta Bowl, and where we could be, and how many close games we've played the last few years. Hell, we should have beat Iowa whatever the year where they had 18 rain delays, but guess what? We muff a punt. You know what happens in the first possession of this game that was decided by 3 points? We get a punt blocked. What happened in Iowa? We got 2 punts blocked. I mean, there's a lot of games that we're barely getting by, and we always talk about winning in the margins. That's a pretty goddamn big margin that you're missing if you're going to allow that many mistakes, especially when it's 14 points over 4 games. That is the difference right there.
Yeah. 100% agree with you.
And for the Big 12, it's awesome seeing TCU and Oklahoma State kind of being the 2 big ones right now. It's nice not seeing Oklahoma and Texas being, I guess Texas is kind of still loved upon, but it's cool seeing these 2 teams as kind of the leaders.
It's crazy that a lot of people pick TCU to get last in this league this year, and they are 6-0.
Yep.
And rolling 7
and KU
7
too. And KU too. I mean,
yeah. So that's kind of cool to see.
Did anyone watch the Did anyone watch the beginning of the Iowa State game?
Mm-mm.
It wasn't broadcasted here.
Well, it was on ABC. Trent, you saw it. Could they have been more pro-Texas in the pregame?
Yeah.
That's the most egregious I've ever seen. Like, before any game, it's like, hey, talking point about Team A, talking point about Team B, equal it out, and then you go to the game. They had 4 segments about Texas, about being burnt orange, about Bevo, about Smokey Cannon the Third, or who gives a fuck what the fuck they named a cannon. And then they talked about like Bevo again. It was absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're going, oh, I see why ESPN and ABC picked this game up to really gargle on Texas nuts.
Yeah, they had like a 5-minute opening on this game and didn't mention Iowa State.
Yeah,
It'll for some reason it'll be that way when they're playing Bama in a couple years. I don't know. I don't understand the Texas love, but there's so much Texas love, even though they are very overrated, overinflated.
And then Bama beat them by 52.
Their brand.
Yep.
Yeah, they're a brand.
Also, I got a question here just for all of us. We'll talk about it more in the college football pod as well. How come when Tennessee and Alabama have a 52-49 game, it's an amazing game? And I agree it was an amazing game. But if there's a 52-49 game in the Big 12, it's shitty defense and the teams aren't that good.
That was the argument I always heard when TCU and Baylor were going at it, was however many years ago, where it was, oh, these teams don't have a defense. They can't compete against an SEC or Big Ten team. Well, we never even got the opportunity to see it. But yeah, I agree with you. That's a great point.
Prepare to hear that argument in a few weeks, Bryant.
Yep. That's the only reason the Big Ten has one of their fraud national championships from Ohio State. It's because they kicked TCU out of that playoffs. Right, Joey?
I think he's frozen.
Joey's either frozen
it's
or
gotta be. Oh, bad connection.
That was such BS, though. I'm sorry, but that was absolute BS. That should piss everyone off.
Pisses me off.
Not me.
Name any other school in the last week could have a 50-point winning margin and drop from 3rd to 6th in the final week. No other team would.
I mean, every team they played, they murdered. I mean, they ran out of fireworks during football games because they were shooting too many off after too many touchdowns. Like,
China couldn't even keep up.
The stupidest thing ever.
We had to get Cardale Jones in there though, because he wasn't going there for school. He was going there to play football.
Don't go there to play school.
Don't go there to play school. One of the best tweets of all time, though. That's for sure.
Yep.
Who's going to sell the farm to get C.J. Stroud in this?
Bears
I was hoping the Falcons, but
it seems like nobody. It seems like we're the only ones that have picked up that Ohio State quarterbacks do not translate to the NFL, and Justin Fields is just god awful.
Is it because Ohio State quarterbacks are just athletic but need so much more coaching to get to the NFL level, and they just don't get that opportunity once they get there because they're expected to perform in year one?
Well, and
the athletes that they get around them at Ohio State, like their players are heads and shoulders above everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, no other school recruits like they do, gets to play the athletes and the players they do, but that doesn't always translate to NFL success.
Because, I mean, in the NFL, their offensive players in the NFL are that caliber, but guess what? So is the defense.
So do we say the same thing about Alabama's good players?
Well,
you got Saban that's developing them, though.
Yeah. I feel like you see a lot of players from Alabama having success in the NFL. Maybe not necessarily quarterbacks. Mac Jones, not bad, but
I mean, you'll say the same thing about Ohio State, though. Like, they've got great other players in the NFL, just not the quarterback.
Yeah,
it's true.
I mean, look at how many quarterbacks in the last few years have come from Michigan State, though. You don't have to have the best university as long as you develop the quarter. You know, I mean,
Kirk Cousins, baby.
Zappy's a perfect example. Went to Western Michigan and he developed him. So yeah, I was gonna say Kirk Cousins, Brian Hoyer. I mean,
Nick Foles,
RG3. Minutes, yeah, you can list all of these players that went to Michigan. You know, but is Michigan State better than Ohio State?
Baylor.
Yeah, Baylor. They're both green.
Yeah.
Both went to Washington.
Same thing.
USC back in the day developed a lot of good quarterbacks.
Yeah, like Matt Leinart.
Carson Palmer. Mark Sanchez. All legends. Legends.
And I don't know if I would say Nick Foles went to Michigan. I mean, he did. He had 5 passes. So
Oh, did he? Where do you have success at? Where did you play?
Arizona, the last 3 years. His freshman year is at Michigan State.
I mean,
If
Ryan is just happy that
passes,
Joe Burrow's from Ohio State.
Yeah,
should have went to Iowa State, jerk.
we got Ohio State's best player,
Yeah.
best QB ever.
All right. Well, since we're going to have a college football pod where we will just talk about that for an hour, let's move on here. Last on the list, we have the movie minute. Again, I'm going to have to let somebody take this away because I've seen none of this stuff. I know it shocks you.
I can't
What are
believe
you
you
watching
are-
now?
New
really, what-
season, same old Trent. Okay.
Trent, do you care to tell the guests what you've been watching whenever everybody else was watching football?
I've been watching football while you're watching
No,
these shows.
No, you're asking for updates.
Daniel Tiger? I see where you okay, yeah. No, my 3-year-old, I had the football game on and she said, I want to watch Daniel Tiger. So can't say no to her. So Daniel Tiger it was. And I can't just like, oh, it's on the living room. I'm going to go in the bedroom and watch the NFL because then I feel bad because I'm not hanging out with her. So
Don't you have an iPad or a laptop?
we have an iPad, but she wants to watch Daniel Tiger on the big TV.
Well, I'm saying,
Well,
what
you
are
can
you
watch
doing?
it on the iPad.
That's true.
Mhm.
But I don't.
Okay. Well,
But
your fault,
serious question though, I mean, there's all these shows on, but your Better Call Saul is done. What is there anything that you actually watch? Like,
Not really. Like, again, I watch football. I haven't watched a ton of TV.
we're in like the golden age of television right now. Like all these streaming services are putting millions and millions and millions of dollars on amazing content, and you're like,
billions.
Well,
I only want to watch Better Call Saul. That's it. Nothing else.
Better
That's
Call
it.
Saul's been over for months.
I understand
That's
that, but you know
something
what I'm
we're-
getting to. You know what I'm getting to.
What was wrong with Better Call Saul? I mean, everybody else is watching that.
What have you
Nothing,
watched
but
since then? Is I think what Ryan's asking, Trent.
Yeah, like,
Like
why?
literally nothing. Like I've watched
Exactly. That's
NFL.
what he's alluding
I've watched football, and if I'm not on a podcast with you guys, I go to bed early. Like I don't stay up watching this stuff. Like I just don't do it. Yeah,
Trent watches
What do you-
hockey, Ryan.
darn right. I watched the Wild get their ass kicked.
Big hockey guy over here.
Big hockey guy.
Well, then let's just get into it. The movie minute without Trent. He's just going to sit and listen.
I'll listen.
What's been happening.
See, that's just it.
one
So Game of Thrones. Sorry, I got to interrupt one more time here. Game of Thrones. This is a Game of Thrones thing, right? This dragons thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, House of the Dragon.
Okay, well, so for me to catch up, how many hours would I have to watch of Game of Thrones?
None.
No, it's a prequel.
This is a standalone prequel. If you
Nope,
want to jump
not
in and
doing
catch
it.
up.
There's literally no work you have to put into understanding the show.
But why would I start watching something out of order? I know you say it's a prequel, so you could watch it before, but that's not the order that it was put out. Like I would never watch Better Call Saul before Breaking Bad was put out. It's just the point. Like I would have so much time in catching up.
So if you want a rough estimate on how much time, you're going to have about 72 hours of Game of Thrones, and then about 7 hours of this show.
That's it?
Yep.
Yeah, and
There's
that's
only
how
72
and that's how
hours of
much
Game of
football you watch in a week.
I say that's about as much time as I put into Game of Thrones shows on a weekly basis. So go ahead.
Okay.
Trent has about half of that in Daniel Tiger every week, guys.
Hey, Big Danny T and I,
Oh, Jesus Christ! Get the fuck out of here.
I keep
Move
on
on.
thinking. I keep on thinking you're gonna say Daniel Tosh. So me and my 3-year-old are watching Daniel Tosh.
I'd be okay with that. All right,
God,
take it away.
So Trent's got us in House of the Dragon here. I'm up to date. Who else is up to date?
oh, yeah.
Joey.
Yep.
Bryant.
I'm not watching it.
Ryan's
I'm
not
not
watching. So yeah, I just watched the most recent episode here earlier this evening. I'm pumped. Like this season's been amazing. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I agree. You can go ahead, Brian, if you want.
I was just going to say, from what everyone was expecting, and from Game of Thrones, if there's any tie-in, they were talking about episode 9 is going to be the episode of a lot of action. And really, this was a big setup episode, but there's still a decent amount of action. Not dragons breathing fire, but a lot of consequences of finding Aegon at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So what I love, and historically in the Game of Thrones realm, the penultimate episode, so usually the 9th episode of every season, is the one that is hugely action-packed, just sets everything up. This one was more political based, and I think that what they're going to do, and what I've heard, is kind of a paired episode, because spoilers, if you aren't caught up yet, don't listen to here on out, because I'm going to lay some plot lines out. But most people already know what's going on. Viserys dies, and everyone from Hightower is trying to push Aegon to be the king instead of going through Rhaenyra, which is supposed to be the heir, all because of the last words that Viserys said to Queen Alicent. This last episode 9 and the very last episode 10 are going to be like paired episodes, and see what the reactions from the Team Black versus Team Green, and see how they compare and contrast. And I can't wait to see how Rhaenyra and Daemon go. I think Aemon is maybe my favorite character right now. Him and Daemon are both right up there, and Kristen Cole is a fuckstick. I hate him so much. This episode made me feel all of the feels for negativity. Like, I was frustrated. It was intense. Made me hate more people, and made me just dislike more and more characters. And it was awesome. I loved it.
I've got a question. Are you and Laris one and the same whenever it comes to grippies?
No. God, no. Jesus Christ. I don't know if anyone saw my tweet last night. I was like, right.
It definitely alludes to her paying the price of whipping off the stockings and throwing the grippies out there for this dude to rub it off to, as the price that she's paying to gather information from the spies. Like, come on.
Well, so, and then the scene before that, when he was meeting with Otto, and he's like, there's no reason these hours can't benefit you. What's he making Otto do? Taking off those fucking boots and looking all hobbity over there and shit? Like,
oh, gosh. Who knows, man?
So, all I was thinking of, because I'm millennial and on TikTok a bunch, there's a sound about, like, we always talk about grippers and shit. So all I got to say is Alicent Hightower.
Put those grippers away!
It's just so fucking weird. But yeah, the weirdest part was just, like, again, with everything, it was... You said it perfectly, Joy. It was the perfect episode to bring up all these emotions of negativity between Kristen Cole talking about how he went from, hey, do you want to be a couple nobodies and we can just steal food the rest of our life and have nothing? And then when she said, no, I want to be queen of the realm, and then he calls her a spoiled cunt in his whole life because he got cuckolded once, is to try and fuck everything over. It just...
God.
I've never seen someone fall from grace so fast. I mean, I'm trying to think of even Joffrey at some point had me as angry as Kristen Cole did. Because, like, Joffrey, you're like, well, he's just a shitty kid. This is a grown-ass adult, man. Get over your fucking self, you know?
So I'm kind of curious if I'm the only one that came to this mental conclusion as I was watching the show.
Mm-hmm.
So even before King Viserys died, the other High Towers, as in Otto, the Hand of the King, and other members of the council, had been planning to usurp the throne from under Rhaenyra and hand it to one of Viserys and Alicent Hightower's kids, not Aegon. They plan to kill Aegon because he's a disgrace to the throne. He's out here. He's got several bastard children fighting in these children fighting pits down in the city, and he's constantly down here betting, and he's just in the dirt in the city, like in the lowest of the lows, in the sleaze, and so they plan to kill him by sending those guys after him. But Alicent's men got to him first, and he was made king.
No, I don't think so. I think that they didn't want to kill him. I think they were trying to get him so that Otto could talk to him about killing Rhaenyra and Daemon, because I think Alicent is steadfast in not killing Rhaenyra. I think that she thinks that those wounds can be mended. That's how I took it. I don't, because it'd be very hard for them to make a claim for Aemond over Rhaenyra, him being a second son. But with Aegon, and especially with what Viserys said, there's a definite he's firstborn son. So I could see them doing that.
Okay.
That's how I took it. You may be right, but I don't think so. And one thing with this, and I know you're reading the books too, aren't you? Or the books?
Yeah, actually, I am.
And it's funny to me how long and full this season is based on how little there is in the books. Like, they'll make a whole episode out of a paragraph, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I love it. I love it because the book is very vague and just matter of fact, like this happened. It doesn't get into the details like the show has. So,
which it honestly
is the exact opposite of Song of Ice and Fire.
Yep.
This is where I sometimes hate any fan base. Is I heard people complaining about so getting to the end of the episode, they find him, they make Aegon king, and Alicent found him first, right? So that they're going to be showing mercy and everything, but Rhaena, is that her name, Joey?
Rhaenyra.
Well, who are you talking about? His wife?
Supposed to be.
Oh, the olders? Oh, Rhaenys.
Rhaenys. I would say she left. He's dubbed king in front of everyone. It's this grand, ceremony of everyone look at the new king. And then probably the best part of the episode is her flying through the bottom of the dragon pit and just showing her strength. And I think from what I've read and heard, choosing to have mercy on them and not just, kill every single one of them with Dragon's Flame. But I saw a bunch of people on Twitter and online. They're just like, "Oh my God, why would they make that?" It's like they think it's like a girl power thing, or it's just like that was an awesome moment. And you're shitting on, like you said, if there's not going to be specifics that J.R.R. Martin had in there, they got to fill in from time to time. Which season 8 of Game of Thrones they did terribly with. I think I haven't read the books, but everything that I've seen so far, just coming into it fresh. I mean, that's awesome. Nothing seems forced, and everyone you can never please everyone. It sucks when you read an opinion like that and you're like, did I just watch the same show because I thought that was amazing?
Right.
Yeah.
And then, so I want your guys' opinion on this too. And this can be like the last thing we touch on so we can move on. But her not just Dracarysing the whole green side, to me, that shows she's still playing the game. Like she's going to go warn Rhaenyra. But I think that she's going to be like Switzerland and just be neutral and see which side starts winning here, because Rhaenyra and Daemon are going to have the dragons outnumber the dragons, although they do have Vhagar on the other side, which is 10 times bigger than any other dragon. But the Greens are going to have the realm behind them. So it's going to be interesting to see which side wins. And I also think that Rhaenyra and Daemon, with Daemon's ties to Pentos and stuff that we've seen earlier in the season, could come into play also for armies from Essos. But what do you guys think of her not Dracarysing everybody?
I don't know yet. I don't know yet because I don't feel like that moment's in the book. I feel like that's, or at least I haven't read that part yet. I'm
Right.
like in the moment with the book. In the book, it's mixed with how the Greens handled the whole situation. Like, I don't think it was displayed in the show, but the king dies, and almost 2 weeks go by before Rhaenyra ever knows. Like, they keep it hush. They lock anybody up who knows that the king is dead while they're making these moves to acquire power before it is ever announced. Like, that's not displayed well in the show. So like in the books, it's going on kind of like, well, Rhaenyra doesn't know. She's heavy with child. Like, she's got, like, in the books, when she finds out, she goes into labor and is having child. So she's not even strong enough to go ride the dragon and go to war, which I don't know if we'll be seeing that in the next episode. I'm curious if they hold to that. And the previews for the next episode, holy crap, have we seen more dragons in an episode?
See, I stay away from seeing the previews. Like, I try not to watch them. Yeah.
Joey,
yeah,
it's amazing.
So you don't even watch the like coming up on the next episode preview?
Nope. I want to jump right in and not know anything that's coming up.
The finale is going to be amazing.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it. And that's one of the things with this show. Like, I don't feel like I have to watch the previews because I know it's just going to be good. So yeah, I'd like to be fully surprised seeing it.
I feel the same way on it. Is, you know, I used to be big into Marvel, like watch everything and expect what, you know, it's kind of nice, not overindulging. Everything's flowing at 1,000,000 miles an hour. You just go, let's sit back and just react to what they have out there, which I think is way better, because I know you've been watching Game of Thrones for years, Joey, and it's like, I had an inkling that the Red Wedding was coming up because I'd heard of some of the houses, you know, so it didn't spoil it, but it was just like, oh, okay, this is when it happens. But like, this is where like the season seeing the oh shit about him talking about Aegon, you know, and wrong Aegon they're talking about and stuff before he passes. So
right,
it's been kind of nice with that and other shows. I've just kind of like you do, just cut back from it. I'll watch the 1 minute, but I won't look into it too much. You know,
I do like that they've embellished upon Viserys's last words, because that's not in the books.
Right.
It's just purely the High Towers taking power, they believed that if Rhaenyra took power, she would kill off Alicent and her sons, and they were just fighting for power. It wasn't because Viserys had some last words. It was just they wanted the power.
Yep. And that's one of the gripes that I have, along with a lot of people that I listen to, like podcasts and stuff with, that they're making this prophecy out to be way more than it is in the books at all. And it's not even a big thing in the books. And it's almost kind of like, all right, they're basically just telling you what's going to happen in the rest of Game of Thrones. Like, you don't really need that prophecy. You can just go with the politics. But I think it also helps speed things up with the show too, so they don't have to do such big time jumps.
I think also because they dropped the ball so hard with, and again, this is just me watching YouTube videos, but Azor Ahai and the Prince I Was Promised, I think they dropped the ball so bad in Game of Thrones, they're trying to up the ante and like showing, hey, this is what happens in the rest of Game of Thrones. Forget season 8, but this is what happens. The Prince I Was Promised, you know. It's so.
Yep.
The one thing I have loved so far, and I'm glad it got recognized. You're watching Viserys, and you're just like, God, you just like, this guy went through so much pain and he did so well. And like, you notice when you're watching that in real time, like, God, this actor's doing fucking amazing at this job here. Even J.R. Martin was like, yeah, I've been writing for 2-3 decades, and he did this way better than the book that I wrote. So, you know, and reached out and congratulated the guy. So it was awesome to see someone getting recognized by the author going, yeah, I had this idea, and then you just trumped everything that I wrote down. So
yep, Patty was good. He's very good. So
yeah, he was awesome.
Cool. Did we lose Ryan then?
Moving on.
Rings of Power.
Who has watched the Ring of Power finale?
Yep.
Me, Joey, Bryant, you in?
I'm gonna get to it. You can spoil it. I'm getting back into it though.
Okay. Well, dragons, volcanoes, fire, doom. We found out who Sauron is.
Yeah, and we found out who Sauron isn't, which is awesome.
Yep.
So that whole scene threw me for a loop when they were talking about Master Sauron and everything, and then all of a sudden he's not. He picks good, and I'm like, oh fuck. So he is. I'm guessing Gandalf then.
I'm leaning towards Gandalf. There is Radagast out there, but
Right.
I'm leaning more towards Gandalf.
Right.
Yeah. So Sauron is Halbrand. The Halbrand character is not in any sort of lore or books or anything except for this show. But it was in that episode where he's offering the gift that sitting next to my good friend Chimpo, he's like, it's Sauron, because he was like the Prince of Gifts or whatever. Like that was the Easter egg for this is Sauron. So,
Okay.
yep. The elves call the audible, make 3 rings. So I assume that's why they didn't turn into whatever it was. The man became the Nazgul and stuff.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I think it's a little slower moving than Game of Thrones. But it's beautifully shot. And they said it's going to be 5 seasons, and the first 1 to 1.5 is going to be a lot of setup. They have a lot of story to tell. Tolkien didn't just, sit down and write, 10-page essay. Like he's got a lot of book to cover. So
yeah.
Now, Joey, are you talking slow like House of the Dragon is pretty fast? Are you talking about slow like season 1 and 2 of original Game of Thrones? Because that was pretty slow setting up because you had how many kingdoms and shit.
Yeah, and it's kind of the same thing. They're basically establishing all the different types of humanoids, I guess, beings. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, yeah, I thought it was kind of a slow finale. It did have the big reveal of this is Sauron. It shows him at the end going to Mordor. And it's like, well, he's got to build the freaking Tower of Barad-dûr. He still has yet to forge the One Ring. So, yeah, this is all just getting started. So, now I'm curious. So the people, those 3, I'm going to say wizards or witches, whatever, that were hunting our friend the wizard, what are they? Because it kind of shows them in a spectral being. Like they're not. Are they Nazgul? Like I was kind of trying to figure.
I don't know. Like, do they transform? I mean, now that they're dead, like, do they go to Mordor and become the Nazgul? I don't know. I have no fucking idea what they are. And I didn't dive deep into the books. I haven't read a single one of them actually, but I just follow lore and stuff online. So yeah, I don't have any idea.
Okay. I don't know. Well, I'm looking forward to season 2 for sure. I'll be watching, but it is definitely a slower pace. I'm gonna overall for the season, I would say like an 8 out of 10. My ranking.
Yep. I agree.
One thing that I'm looking forward to that I've been seeing online, and a lot of people have quoted it, and what's going to really bring me back in is them saying that, and again, Sauron was spoiled for me online, which that's what happens when you're on Twitter, but they're saying they're trying to make him into a Walter White-esque character, like where he's evil, but it's a little more complex, where it's, there's reasonings behind it. So I'm kind of excited to see where they take it.
He's not, in his mind, he's not there to conquer and dominate. He's there to rule peacefully. Like he doesn't want war, but he still wants to rule. So that's where the conflict happens. The elves refuse to be ruled. He offers like marriage to Galadriel, and she's like, nah, she's high, holy. She ain't having none of it.
Yep.
Get that thing
I also thought it was funny that they exactly. I also thought it was funny that they kind of leave Isildur's death as a cliffhanger. Is that supposed to be for people that don't know that he is the one that cuts off Sauron's fingers? Like, I don't know. That was weird to me, but yeah. Yes, Ryan, we can. This is atrocious.
Do they have another primetime game? Ryan here is asking if we can flex all Bronco and Bears games out of primetime football slots.
Yeah,
Broncos
probably
are
next
Monday Night
week.
Football
They got one
next
more
week.
Sunday night football game.
Broncos are Monday night, I think, against the Patriots.
They get 2 Monday night games in a row.
That's weird.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
No, the Bears are Patriots next week.
Did I say Broncos, not the Bears?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay. Broncos and Jaguars are October 30th, Sunday night.
So in 2 weeks.
Chiefs and Broncos are December 11th, 6:20 p.m. Yeah.
Oh, Broncos Jaguars is the London game.
Oh, they're doing a night London game?
No, 8:30 a.m.
Oh, thank God.
Good.
Jesus.
I'll sleep in.
Sleep in that day. Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see that my subs are doing so good here.
Fuck.
These have to be the worst primetime games we've had in a long time. I remember last season thinking, wow, all these primetime games are awesome. And this year it's just been rough.
You know what you should do instead of watch primetime? Watch Andor on
Andor?
Wednesdays.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's almost like we practice that.
Yeah. Have you been watching Andor, Ryan?
Yep, I'm caught up. I'll be honest with you. Usually when I'm watching it, I've got a 7-month-old in my arms, so I'm not always paying attention 100% of the
Same.
time. So it's been a little slow. This last episode, we finally got some action. It was a great episode. Why at the end of the episode, spoilers, I guess, why did Andor shoot that guy?
I don't know. Because he was offering to split the money and leave the other two people there. And I don't know if it's because Andor's pissed off because this guy had been lying and deceiving everybody the whole time, and he just was offended by that. I'm not real sure.
Okay. Yeah, that was the question that was brought up to me, and I'm just like, I honestly don't have an answer for you.
Like, to a point, it feels to me like Andor does care about the reasoning, especially with the connection with the kid. They kind of developed that the kid was all about this, and the guy he shot had been like that kid's kind of friend this whole time. So yeah, when Skeen's like, hey, I've been lying this whole time, let's split 40 million each and leave them here, Andor just wasn't having it.
Okay, makes sense. But yeah, I mean, it's been very solid. I've enjoyed it. It's definitely high quality. Some of the most high quality stuff I feel like they've done. But it is moving a little slow. But
yeah,
you know, it's all right.
Do you know how many more episodes there are? Is the next one the finale?
No, there's 12 total.
12. Okay.
So there's
I
two
was not aware there
seasons,
was that many episodes.
2 seasons, 12 episodes each is what's planned.
Wow.
All right.
And the end of season 2 is supposed to lead up to the beginning of Rogue One.
Sweet. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. So I mean, 24 episodes of high quality. Honestly, you know, I'm not huge on the Star Wars movies. Rogue One, I loved Rogue One, but all the other ones I think aren't great. But the series are just so good. They're so good at their series.
I'm curious. Are you going to have to make a choice in 2 weeks as to what you spend your time on?
No, probably not.
So you're just going to watch Andor instead of playing Call of Duty?
Yeah, probably. I think there's probably enough hours in the day to switch over after my 45 minutes with Andor.
I don't think Kyler Murray would make the same choice.
So we play Arizona the weekend it comes out.
Oh,
lucky bastard.
Greatest freaking scheduling ever.
Yep, someone was a genius with that one. Who cares if D-Hop is back? We got MW2 coming out.
That's right.
Anybody else getting it? I actually have Friday off because our daycare is closed, and I know the campaign is coming out a week early, so I'll just be playing campaign on Friday.
Yep, this Thursday it is.
Yeah.
I happen to be off as well because our daycare is also unavailable. So,
because Call of Duty came out and they're all staying at home to play.
We found out our daycare wasn't going to be available, and I just looked at my wife and I'm like, dibs. I got PTO, you don't.
Surely they got co-op on missions now, don't they?
They will with Spec Ops, but I don't think they'll be releasing that.
I don't think the servers will be live yet, probably for that.
I think they're just releasing the campaign, which is fine. Usually IW Infinity Ward does a great campaign.
Now, do you do what level, or you just do the whatever middle and then you just go through?
Yeah. I don't have the time to get frustrated to do veteran.
You don't feel like playing the same part hundreds of times over to finally beat it?
I think I tried it on Call of Duty 4, and I just got so pissed off that I'm like, why does anybody do this?
Mm-hmm.
Narcissist, that's why.
Yeah. If it was like point based, like remember in Halo, it'd be like, hey, you get certain achievements and you can get the skulls and whatever, you shoot a grunt, it makes the happy birthday. If there's something that, okay, I can see why you'd want to do the like grizzled or wherever the hell the top one is, but like, are those 100 gamer points worth hours upon hours of that frustration? No, in my opinion.
People put way too much credit towards their gamer score. Like, we were playing Vanguard the other night, and someone was like level 900 and something, and I'm just like, I'm really not impressed, because that tells me you literally do nothing besides.
That was probably Kyler.
Probably was Kyler. Yeah.
That 4 hours a week really adds up at the end of it. That's a lot of fortune deep.
I mean, I know we're running out of time, but Kyler really needed to spend those 4 hours a week. Joey, I was going to ask you, have you seen it's Halloween season. Have you watched any of the new horror type stuff?
I watched Hellraiser this last weekend, and it's phenomenal.
I just watched that too. I thought it was very good.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then we are planning on watching the Halloweens. And I started Halloween, the first one of the last 3 that they started, and it was terrible. But I want to watch them because I'm a huge Halloween fan. We already watched Halloween 3, which is, if you don't know, that is the biggest joke of a movie. It's like, if you want to get fucked up and watch something stupid, watch Halloween 3. It's funny. But no, I was going to, breaking news, I bought a game over the weekend.
What?
Yeah. I actually signed up for Game Pass for $1.
Hey!
And so I could
Nice.
So I could download Paw Patrol, and we did Paw Patrol Racing. Maisie and I did. So my gamer score is going to be going through the roof here soon.
Gotta get all those achievements.
Exactly.
One of them is like positive. That's one of the achievements.
If you're not Rubble, you're doing it wrong.
We had to be Sky. Maisie loves Sky, so she was just super impressed that I could make it around the track and do a lap. And she's like, "How are you doing that?" I'm like, "I'm telling you, you hold A and steer." And she just couldn't. She's still young, so we'll get her there.
Well, we'll have to have a MW2 night. And
for sure,
Clark's going to spend thousands of dollars on Twitch gear, and he's going to stream everything for us.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's news to me.
I've already got it.
I'm not a hot woman and/or cheating at the video game, so I won't be very successful on TikTok streaming the game.
Oh, okay. So there was the guy. I'm sure you saw the story. There was the guy that I don't know what his mask was, but he had like a million, multiply millions of followers because he always wore a mask and did his Twitch stuff. And then one day he's like, "Okay, guys, I'm going to take my mask off," and showed who he was. And everyone on the internet is like, "This motherfucker's ugly as hell. Why would he do that?"
So
why do you think you're wearing a mask?
Terribly. And he was a super normal looking guy. He wasn't. I don't understand the hate that he got for it, but
so yeah, his name is Dream, and he used to. And the Minecraft people are just weird enough as is. He like on probably one of our better streams, we might have had 8 to 9, people viewing us at the same. He had 1.2 million people waiting for a face reveal, and then everyone says you're ugly as shit. I would just stop streaming at that point. But I guarantee at 1.2 million, he made a few buckaroonies that night just showing off his face,
He was, he's not like a Brad Pitt or anything like that, but he's not, he's not, I didn't get that. But yeah, poor guy. His ego had to be kind of killed a little bit, but at the same time, he looked at his bank account and he's like, "Gosh, screw it, I don't care."
What the hell? What the hell is the one super ugly? It's like its name's like Rocky. They make a movie about it. It's like, and he's got like the gigantic forehead, red hair.
Oh yeah, they did a spoof of it on Family Guy.
Yeah,
the
that's
blind
exactly
chick that
what-
feels his head.
Ugly Rocky. Oh
From the
god, it's probably
Goonies?
just gonna be Sylvester Stallone.
From the Goonies.
It might be the Goonies,
No.
yeah.
No,
No?
this is different. I know what Brian's
No,
talking
Rocky
about.
Dennis. That's who I'm thinking of. This guy wasn't
Oh.
Rocky Dennis. He was just an average looking white guy. And then there's like, fuck this guy. Okay, but he'll continue streaming. He'll continue making a living playing Minecraft. So proud of that guy. Fucking, you can make a living playing a video game. More power
Yep.
to you.
Yep. All right. Well, we are just about running out of time.
Ready to wrap this up here?
Do it.
Yep, put
Do
a bow
it.
on it.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for following along here. We do appreciate it. Tell all your friends. They'll like us too. Trust me. So how can everybody find us, Joey?
Oh, I'm back? Oh, cool.
You're back.
Uh,
Yeah.
All right, that's my job. At Heartland Pulse, Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook. Just search Pulse of the Heartland. Find all our live stuff on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. What's up, River? And then we'll be on all the major streaming platforms: Spotify,
Riff,
Google,
come over
Apple
here.
Music, all that shit. So, yeah.
There's
What up, buddy?
River.
There he is.
Holy crap! We just got like 100,000 views just because Ryan showed River off.
Right.
Are we thinking of doing live on Wednesday, or are we just we're gonna record?
I mean, we can do live, whatever. I don't care.
I would say
It's just
well,
as easy. It's less downloading and stuff. So
true.
Sweet.
Well,
Sounds
I would
good
say,
to
well,
me.
we could be live on Wednesday. It'll be 8:30 again, and then for sure live on Thursday for college football stream. Wednesday will be our road to 272, so we can talk about all of Trent's money line bets.
Did you see my bets last week? No, you didn't.
They
Okay.
were good. I'm just joshing with you, buddy.
I
They were
didn't have-
good. They were good. Did you see that early slate? Oh,
3
my
and 6,
God.
baby.
it was not another good. It was another bad week.
But if I
Yeah.
get this, if the Chargers win this game, I will have ended, I think, 6-0 the last 6 games.
I took the under on this game, and that was the easiest bet to take this week.
Yeah.
I'm so
Broncos
pissed I
game,
switched out.
unders
players.
from now on.
Yeah.
So it's going to end in a tie.
All right.
The most fitting finish to this game.
I hope
Mhm.
so.
Push.
Great.
All
I don't think
right.
about my bet.
Well, anyway, like I said, go follow us, subscribe, retweet everything, like everything, tell your friends. We could use all that stuff. So, all right.
Tell
I
your
need to
friends
buy
if
River
we're-
some more treats. So
Yep.
Tell your
And
friends
we
if you
will
want to
be-
stream where we can talk about and/or college football, how hot young Martha Stewart is, and old Martha Stewart. This is the
Mhm.
pod right here for you.
Yep. We have something for
Something for
everybody.
everyone.
That's right.
Feet.
So,
Always have
Grippy.
feet somehow.
yep.
Well, Grippy's, yeah.
And on Wednesday, we'll have bets. So tune in Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Make you some money.
Yep. Get rich, kids.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Guys.
Bye, everybody.